Hey everyone, this is Jenny from Homestead Corner, and today we're dehydrating orange peels. So I had a request for this video. This is really super simple and easy to do. I had canned a ton of oranges, and saving the orange peels is great because you can use them for so many different things. I really like to use them in teas, and I also like to use them to put on the wood stove or the kitchen stove to heat up with cinnamon sticks. It smells so delicious. You can throw these peels right in there. You can do it while they're fresh, but if you've got a bunch of orange peels and you don't want to waste them, they're not going to hang around forever in the fridge, but they'll last a few days. You can take these, and I just toss them in a bag, and if I was going to freeze these, I would just throw this in just like this. Seal up the bag, put it in the freezer, and then you've got them frozen if you want them frozen. But today I'm going to dehydrate them so I can store them on the shelf and I don't have to take up freezer space because I don't have room for extra bags of orange peels in the freezer right now. So this is really easy to do. I've washed all my peels before I peeled my oranges. I washed everything really good with vinegar and water just to make sure to get anything off the outside that I could. And then I just threw my orange peels in this bag until I could get to dehydrating them. So there are a couple ways that you can do this. You can take your orange peel and you can zest it and just lay a piece of parchment paper over your trays and you can dry the zest itself. Or I like to make it super simple. You guys know me. The simpler the better. I just flatten out my peel the best I can and I'm going to lay it right on the tray. And I just lay them out, and I don't want them overlapping because some of these skins are really thick and they do take a while to dry, so I want them to dry right up good and nice and crispy. I like them so I can store them in a jar and I don't have to worry about mold or anything like that, and they will last, I've had them for a couple years in a jar, no problems, once they're all dried out. So I just lay them flat on my tray so they're not touching each other and fill up the tray. And you can rip a piece if you got a small piece there and do that. And then I'm going to keep filling trays. So once I've got my dehydrator all filled, I'm just going to turn my temperature down to about 130, 35 degrees. Right there will work. And the time, this one automatically sets at 12 hours. You can increase, it takes 12 to 13 hours to get these all dried usually. So I am going to let these go, and every couple of hours, every dehydrator I've ever used, you have to kind of mix the trays around. So I just take a couple of trays off the top and move them down to the bottom and then put the cover back on the top. And just mix the trays up so the air is all even, so they dry evenly. And it takes about 12 to 13 hours to get these nice and crispy dry. You could leave them a little leathery if you want to, but I like to go really crispy so they snap and break when they are dry, and that way I can save them in a jar for teas or for scenting, or you could put these in potpourri. There's tons of uses for these, and lots of vitamin C, so there's no sense to waste any part of that orange. So we're going to let this go, and I will bring you back when they're done. So after about 13 hours, these are nice and dry, and I like to dry them until they are crispy so they snap. And then all I do is I take these pieces, and you can store them whole. You can break them up and store them in small pieces. I usually do them small in a jar, just little pieces, and these are great to use in teas and things like that. You want to add that orange flavor and the vitamin C, and these just snap. I just break them in little pieces, And then you can stick them right in your tea blends with whatever you like to have for tea. And it just adds that nice orangey flavor. And if I have any with, let's see, this one has got a little extra of the pith inside. I kind of take that out. But usually they're pretty thin. They're not too thick. And just breaking them up is perfect. And that is it to dehydrating orange peels. And these pieces, we use them a bunch of different ways. I put this in a tea, so we use it like that. We also put it in a pot on the stove with some cinnamon sticks. Oh my goodness, it makes the house smell so good. Orange and cinnamon, I just love that scent. Makes me think of the holidays. And we have a little cast iron pot we throw on the wood stove, and that works perfectly. And so this is really easy to do. And you have got your dehydrated oranges. So that's it. Simple and easy. Dehydrating is a great way to go. These are shelf stable. You don't have to worry about them going bad or anything like that. We just keep them in a glass jar with a tight lid on them. You can vacuum seal, but usually I'm in and out of the jar, so I don't really vacuum seal them too much unless I have an excess that I'm not. So usually I just have about a quart, and that lasts us all winter. So I just do the one jar. And that's it. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.